All right, hey everybody, welcome to Infinity Highway with Kel the Mason Man, yours truly, Max the Spaz, and Rosemary the truck. We're over here in Waterflow, New Mexico this evening. It is just about 8 o'clock in the evening, and we are waiting for this facility you can see in the background right there to open. They'll be open 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we're going to be picking up a load of actually I'm not even sure quite yet, but it's going to be a load of something that comes out of the dirt, and we're going to be carting it off to Anaheim, California for about a 742 mile haul. So we're just camped out over here off the side of the road that gets us into the facility there, and we're going to hop up around 6 a.m. and go check in right about 7 and get loaded, and we'll be off. So we will see you in the morning. Okay, good morning everybody. We are off to see the wizard. Yeah, the wonderful wizard of coal. Yeah, I think that's what that is up there. I think it's like a coal plant or something. But that's not what we're going to be picking up, apparently. Boy.
In 1 mile, arrive at 396 Road 6800 on the right.
Yeah, okay. So it is just past 7 in the a.m. Today is Thursday, April 11th, 2024. It's 40 degrees out here in Waterflow, New Mexico, elevation 5,254 feet. San Juan Mining, Max, come on, get down. There ain't nothing up there. It's a couple of birds, that's it. Max, Max, shut up, get down. I don't want to hear it right now. So we're going to a place called IDR, and we're supposed to be picking up 42,000 pounds of brass refinery turnings, so like scrap metal. Shush, get down. Hey there, good morning. Oh, scale. Oh, is that what you were pointing at? Okay, yeah, let me go do that.
Pick up a load?
Yeah, from IDR. Bass. Sure, okay, yep, gotcha. Don't pull right behind me, little car. I'm backing up. Car is just coming right up on me as I'm backing up like that. Can you not see what I'm doing? Truck weigh-in, truck check-in. Well, so see the sign on one side says truck check-in, the other one says truck weigh-in. How was I to know? I wanted to check in. I didn't know I needed to weigh in. That's just me making excuses. Next, always got to be right in the way, so I can't see, you know that. Okay, take 2. so. Oh shit, I'll return. Okay. Tare weight 33,720. Going down there by where that tank is. I guess it's right here. Yeah, them warehouse deliveries, okay.
In 1/4 mile, turn right on unpaved road.
B&M warehouse. I think this is where we're supposed to go right here. But there's like barricades right there. Huh. It's kind of tight. Tighter than you would expect. So there's a middle door, going in the middle door, and I see some doors. I see some docks right there. Like, yeah, I guess we nailed it. Max, come on, man. Get down, dog. You growl at me, asshole. This dog is so freaking stubborn. They'll freaking like growl at me and shit when I tell him to do stuff sometimes. I think it's kind of like a, it's because he's cooped up. It's like, you know, all animals, I mean, and humans for that matter, have the fight or flight reaction to situations, you know, and like being that he's inside the truck, he only has one option, right? If something he feels like even the slightest bit threatened by something, his only reaction is fight. He has nowhere to go. He can't flee. He's inside the truck. So I think he's just kind of gotten to a point where he, you know, thinks that he has to react with like an aggressive, not aggressive at all. I mean, he growls, but you know, like he doesn't flip. He just lets me know. He's like, yeah, dude, you ain't gotta freaking tell me like that. He's just being stubborn. That's all. He's a healer. Healers are stubborn. Like that. Okay, well, we're gonna see how long this takes to get loaded, and we'll be back with you once we're done. So, see you in a few. Okay, there's like the main facility right there. So what's interesting, well, I'm showing you that, and that's only, I mean, like, that's the main functional part of this facility, which is a coal mining operation, but they also have generate electricity off the coal here also. Yeah, the thing's massive. Just a big old facility. But so it turns out what's going on is the place is actually shutting down, or is shut down already, and is being torn down, leveled to the ground, and it's going to be turned into a landfill, I guess. But they're tearing down everything, the whole thing, to the ground. And the reason being, I was talking to the guy who's in charge of the demolition, which he said they plan on, they expect to take about 2 years. Is the place was built in like 1960s, 1970s, and it is unable to meet the air quality standards, the way it's built, or whatever, you know. So government said nope, no more. Said this is the third one that he's on since they started tearing these things down. He said he did one out in Texas that took 4 years, and another one, I forget what the state was for the other one, but so he's out here for 2 years for this one. Air emission standards. That's what I was meaning to say. All right, I gotta go check out here. Be right back. Okay, so according to the scale master, the guard shack guy, we got 76. We're gross 76,640. Let's see here. See, he said I got 30,100 on my drive axles, 35,800 on my tandems, 10,740 on my steers. So I need to slide our tandems back a bit and get some weight up on the drives. So let's go ahead and do that here real quick. So for those of you who have never seen this done before, the way this works is basically it's like a big giant, basically we're balancing the weight, because the weight is all the way to the back of the trailer. Like the last pallet is all the way to the back right here, you know, about 1.5 feet from the. So the way this works is that these tandem tires, the trailer tandem tires, act as a pendulum, okay? And if you look at the whole length of the trailer as a giant scale, right? There's a bunch of, basically what we do is we slide these tandems, these trailer tires, we can slide them back and forth along the length of of the trailer, of the box. Or you could look at it rather like we slide the box along the top of the trailer tandems, right? So what I'm going to do is, we got these pins up in here. You can see there's a pin there. There's another one right down there, and it's like that on the other side too. So I retract these pins, and you see we got all these slots, right? We retract these pins with this here. See, it pulls back, and then this slides. This is a rail, and the framework of the trailer slides along the assembly for the axles, right? So we're 1,800 pounds over on our tandems. Okay, California has a length requirement that I can't go beyond, which is where this arrow is right here. This is 40 feet from the rear tandem, the center of the rear tire, tandem tire, to the kingpin, which is up here. Right, our kingpin is locked in our fifth wheel right there, right? So our kingpin is situated right about here, about 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet from the front of the trailer. So what that sign is saying is 40 feet from this point, basically right between our drive tires, to that arrow. So I can't go beyond that to get into California. That's just their requirement. Other states have different requirements. Most of like the desert states, and actually the vast majority of states, have no requirement. So you could have your tandem tires all the way to the back of the trailer if you needed to. California is this line. So I'm going to slide this axle to that line and see where I'm at. So that's going to be about 2 feet or so. I'll probably go a little bit less. So I'm going to go to, right now, the pin is in hole number 2. So I want to go, that's about 1 foot there. We want to go to right about there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pins back. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Fucking have it. Okay, so let's go see what we got here. I believe I got it right on number 9 here. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, perfect. And we are still less than legal, so I still have room. I could move it over 1 notch to make this arrow lined up with the center of the hub right there if I needed to, but I believe we're fine. So all I did was slap that pin back in, and basically what I do is I get it close to the pin that I want it to. I come back here and I look, make sure that I'm close to it. If I'm close to it, say in the middle of one of these, I slap the pin in, and basically that re-engages the pin, and then I slide it forward or backward, which depending on which pin I needed to get to, right? In this case, I pulled the trailer forward, and then it just, as soon as it got to that hole, it slips in. So let's make sure all 4 pins are back in place. Some trailers, like older trailers, if they're kind of wonky, like they're not, you know, like they have alignment issues, all 4 pins won't go in perfectly, but this being a new trailer, they all go in. So there we go. So that's that. I got a little bit of paperwork to do, and then we are gonna hit it. So we'll see you there. Nope. He just went tearing off after a pack of about 4 deer. Nope. Max, get back over here. Like, we're ready to go, and he's chasing deer. What a bonehead. Okay. Now we got the dog back in the truck, I guess we can leave. So it is 5 minutes to 11 now. 64 degrees outside, elevation, well, right about what I said it was earlier. 5240. And we got 721 miles to go. About 12.5-hour drive. We'll make it in 11. So we're going to be taking a route that I have not taken as of yet. The first time on this route, well, for part of it. We're going to be running down to US 64, about 1.5 miles, and running that westbound out into Arizona, and then we're typically when we come, we're over near Farmington, basically, here in New Mexico. Usually when we're running this route, we end up going north on, I think it's a 491, and running up through Colorado, and then over into Utah, and going through Moab. But in this case, since we're going down to Southern California, we're going to pass the 491. Go over into Arizona, and I think it's the 160. Just double check here. Yeah, so we end up on Highway 160, Arizona. We'll continue that westbound out to the 89, southbound, and that takes us down into Flagstaff.
At the end of the street, turn right.
And from Flagstaff, we hop on the the I-40 westbound all the way out to Barstow, California, and then jump on the I-15 southbound.
Turn right at the traffic light.
And that takes us down into SoCal.
Continue on US 64.
Seeing them deer, right, and actually having a shot, or what he thought it was a shot, and catching them. Oh boy, that's just gonna rile him up for every living thing he sees the rest of this trip. Not that he doesn't do it already, but it's just he's gonna be seeing a darker shade of red when he does see. Cows and sheep running in. Boy, he was like, he's seen them deer. He's like, them deer aren't behind a fence. And he's like, and neither am I. He said, them deer are fair game. He's like, come on, Dad, let me get them. All right, Max, come on. All right, that's enough. Come on, get down. Get down. Seriously. Nope. All right, I'm gonna let you go. We'll see you out there somewhere on the 160. All right, so we're over here in the city of Shiprock. We are on Navajo Nation land, however. And I want to try and get you a shot of this rock formation over here. I don't believe this is the actual rock formation that Shiprock is named after. There's another rock formation that does look like a ship, but this one's pretty impressive. So I think I got to kind of take you off the camera mount to get you a good shot of it. See off out there. See that thing? That's pretty incredible. I gotta imagine probably a very sacred rock formation for the Navajos. Hopefully I get a better shot of it. Hopefully we'll get a little closer to it as we go. So I gotta put you back on the camera mount here. Oh boy. is, I think we're gonna get this road's just too bumpy and too many potholes and dips and divots, and means that it's only 2 lanes. I can't really take you off the camera mount and show you with my hands. Yeah, really, really bumpy. Lots of divots. Road's kind of smoothed out a little bit better for me here. It's pretty amazing, just sticking out there like that. Cool, huh? Well, Arizona, it's Navajo Nation something, I think. But yeah, Arizona DOT just jacked us for $65. Just give me the money, is what she said. That's literally what she said. Just give me $65 and you're good to go. Oh, okay. So, let me explain. Allow me to explain here. So, one of the requirements as a motor carrier company, right, trucking company, motor carrier company, is, you know, you got all these regulations and you got all these licenses and permits and all this kind of stuff that you need to have. And one of them, and it's all basically extortion, right? Basically, that's essentially what it all is. But one of them is called an international fuel tax agreement. And it's literally just a tax. It's just it's an extortion kind of thing. Like, literally. It's a tax, which is extortion. That's what taxes are. They're extortion. They're legal extortion. And so you have to have this international fuel tax agreement. which is just somebody upstairs saying, here, you got to pay us this to do business. And so you pay this fee for your license, your internet, we call it IFTA. So you pay this fee and you get a paper. You know, they send you a piece of paper in the mail, which is your agreement, which is your license to show that you paid. And then they provide you with a decal to put on the side of your truck. Like you see all these decals on the side of the semis, and this is one of them. And we don't have our 2024 decal on the truck physically. We have the agreement, we have the contract, and I have a picture of that in my work phone. Which means we're all good, right? Which means we've paid it. We've paid the thing. We don't have the decal, and so she just charged us $65 for permission to drive through the state of Arizona without the decal on the truck. Like we have the freaking, like I showed her a picture of the license, but we don't have a decal on the truck. It's basically like saying, like you registered your vehicle, right? You have the registration paper copy in hand, but you don't have the sticker that you put on your license plate. Maybe there's probably some states that might not have this, but it's a very small few. But like we'll just use for the example, California, you know, you're required to put a sticker on your rear license plate that shows that you paid your registration fees for that particular year, and it'll say the month of the year, and it'll be a particular color per year. It's the same kind of thing, right? And to say that you get pulled over because you don't have that sticker on your vehicle, right? And then you're like, well, here's my registration, right? So you're legal, so they can't technically cite you. They can't technically give you a citation. But what they can give you is a fix-it ticket, which is basically, you know, you go, once you get your sticker, you put it on the vehicle, you go show any police officer, you can just go find one on the street and he'll sign that off, and then that way you don't owe any fines or anything like that. And you're good to go. If you never get it taken care of, you never fix it, you do get a fine. So that's basically the situation we're in. And so she was like, well, you can pay the $65 for the permit to run through Arizona without the decal, or I can give your driver a citation for $1,000. Right? And then you still don't have permission to drive through the state, right? It's a permit. You know, it's like, whatever. She was just kind of being hard-nosed about it, because we just had an inspection on this truck, I don't know, a month and a half ago. And it was the same thing. I had to show, what state was it in? It was in Wyoming. It wasn't even a month ago. It was actually, no, this was actually just like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it was the same thing. He's like, do you have your IFTA license? And I showed him the picture, and we were good to go. No problem. But Arizona is a little bit different. You know, different states have different requirements for interstate commerce, motor carriers, truckers, so whatever. But it looks like she was specifically looking for trucks that don't have their IFTA stickers on, because it's still fairly early in the year. I don't know. The boss was giving me grief about it. He's like, well, you should have just gone down to Gallup and taken the I-40. I'm like, dude. I have to reroute because, like, wait a minute, you should have had the sticker on there, shouldn't you? What are you telling me I should have gone a different way? I still had to go through the state of Arizona. So, to go through the frickin', the port of entry down there on the I-40, they could have got me for the same thing if that's what they were looking for that, today. They could have. I had no idea that they were going to be open here or, at all, so whatever. 65 bucks. Okay. I've noticed that the ports of entry in New Mexico and Arizona are a little bit strict. I've noticed, especially New Mexico. New Mexico, I find that they really want to stick it to you. They really do. They really take it serious. Or Arizona, we haven't had any problems with before. We haven't ever been pulled in for an inspection, but I mean, I haven't personally, but New Mexico I have a couple times. Whatever. I wasn't gonna sit there and argue. Boss wanted to, I put him on speaker with her, and he wanted to argue with her about it. I was like, you know what, man, pay the damn thing, let's go. I'm not trying to turn around. Like, he's like, well, so what, we have to do that, or we can turn around, and it's like, dude, I'm not turning around. I'm not turning around. I still have to go through Arizona, no matter which way you look at it. Even if I was to turn around, go back into New Mexico, and drive southbound down to Gallup or whatever, I still have to drive through Arizona. They could ding me down there at that port of entry if they were really, if that's what they were up to. Which chances are that's exactly what they're up to. If that's what they're looking for at this one, they're looking for it at the other one also. So they could have dinged me there as well. And the cost of the fuel to do that, to turn around and go back down to, I guess, maybe the 491 and take that south, would have been far more than $65 worth of fuel. So. Anyways, it is 12:34. Or actually, you know what? We might be in Pacific time. No, I guess, yeah, it's still 12:34. It's right because it's daylight savings, so I think. I don't know. Who knows such things? We'll call it 12:34. 66 degrees outside, elevation 5,300 feet. 667 miles to go. Yeah, buddy. Welcome to Tuba City. Population unknown. Yeah. I don't know what it looks like there on as you're watching this through the video, but it's not very hot out here. It's only 72 degrees. It just you know, it's so like kind of bright. You're just kind of looking out the window. It looks like it ought to be 120 just by the nature of stuff out here, but it's not. It's a very nice day, actually. Very nice. Pavlov Media, this little van in front of us here has been a bane to the existence of this drive. Now, okay, maybe not a bane, but it's been pretty annoying about 4 times. Apparently been not paying attention to his driving, what's going on around him, and he's paying attention to something else, probably on his phone. I went to pass him a while ago in the passing lane. He was just sitting there scooting along about 63, 64, you know, and I was like, alright, but if that's all you're gonna do, I'm gonna come by you. It was like the 4th time that I caught up to him and had gotten right on his tail. The 2 times before that, it was right before I had a big hill climb and I needed to be like ramping up speed, and he kind of fudged it up for me. So I wanted to go past him. The highway speed limit signs are for 65. I got this thing up to 75 and he didn't let me pass him. Been keeping us hostage a little bit. But that's all right. We'll get there. I believe we are out of Navajo Indian Reservation territory now and in Hopi Indian Reservation territory. I think we might be. just saw oncoming traffic flash his head beams at the vehicles that are up there in front of me, as if to say, hey, there's a cop. Right? Caution, police ahead, right? And this guy in this expedition, I'm doing 65, and in the 65, just coming out of town, so we're still in town, meaning that's usually where the police and the sheriffs hang out. And this guy in this expedition went past me. And it looks like the bane of our existence for this drive is right up ahead of us in the form of an RV. That's certainly what it looks like. Oh, great. So this guy... Oh, I see. All right, people ought to start making some passes here pretty quick. Oh, there's the cop right there. I see him. I see him right now. There he is. No, maybe it's not a cop. Yeah, it's an RV that is the bane now. And Jesus Christ, this guy's barely doing 55. Max, come on, knock it off, knock it off. Thank God, he's pulling off. He's actually turning right. Sweet. All right, we should get moving again here. Thank goodness, because that was going to be really uncomfortable. Pretty cool looking red rock out here. Maybe I should have stopped instead of complaining about that RV. I should have pulled off, gone and let Max dust himself off in some red dirt, which he loves to do. He loves to go get all dusty and then come back in the cab. Everything's got about a 1/16 of an inch of dust coating it inside here. I can't get rid of it. It's just ingrained inside the cab now. Yeah, whatever. It's part of the benefit of having a dog. Daily dusting. Benefit for end dust. Oh, shush. Oh, you shut up. He's back there. He's just like, I'm here. I'm up here on the bed. I love you, Max. I really do. Yeah, you're a good boy. Come on, get down. Get down.
end of the street, turn left.
Yes, ma'am. Gonna be hopping on US 89 here, about a mile.
Turn left at the stop sign.
There you go, Flagstaff, 67 miles. That's a great place for a fireworks stand right there. But it's not fireworks. It's Indian. Hopi stuff, I guess. Arts and crafts. By, oh, Navajo. Bumpy ride. It's like a roller coaster out here. I gotta go. Alright, hey everybody. So this video got a little bit long on us, so we are gonna make a two-parter out of it. This will be the conclusion to part one. So make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment if you wish. Hope you all are doing well, and we will see you here shortly somewhere down the road. Stay tuned for part two. See you in a bit. Hey Max. That there is Sweet Pea. Then we got Fathead and Scooter. Bodega Bay, California. Gotta go.